Hello and welcome to another episode of RV Cast. We've got a really cool new family to meet tonight. We are currently in Menlo, Washington. Our newest host site is with Debbie, Kim, and Mike. And so welcome to Curb and Turf, and thanks for joining us tonight to tell us a little bit about your place here. So tell us a little bit about where we are and some of the cool things around here.
So we're in Southwest Washington in Pacific County. So we're about an hour from Chehalis, which is along I-5, the main interstate north and south. Hour from Astoria, Oregon.
We're from Astoria.
Yeah, down 101.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
About 40 minutes from the ocean beaches here in Willapa Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So this area, traditionally fishing, logging.
Out here in the valley, more farming.
And then in towards Raymond and South Bend, of course, oysters, fishing. Timber is huge. One of the major employers here is Weyerhaeuser. Mike works for Weyerhaeuser.
Very cool.
So, yeah, timber dollars supported this community for a very, very long time.
Uh-huh.
For sure.
That's great. And is this within a corridor of a lot of RV travel? You know, people going up and down.
We're off 101 a little ways.
Yeah, 101 be the
To
big.
Raymond. That's your main corridor, but we're like 6 miles off of the 101 corridor, so
Yeah.
we're not too far out.
Right.
So if they were going up and down the coast to go to Long Beach, Washington, or even into Oregon on 101, they're only 6 miles from this location.
Right.
It's very close.
And so, and 101 is going to take you to the national parks of Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And we just finished the Oregon coastline,
Oh, it's
101.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Jaw
Jaw-dropping.
dropping.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
That was incredible. And so this is just a great spot. And we actually stayed here last night. Thanks for being so gracious. Host. There was that difference between being 10 feet from your neighbor, having kids spy in your windows to, you know, or whatever,
It is.
having somebody else playing their heavy metal a little too loud or something. This was total peace. It's a nice alternative to the campgrounds. With its trade-off, you go to a campground, you're going to have electrical hookup and water and sewer and all that. But for those that want to just have an experience of being alone with nature and connecting not only with the beautiful land, but also such gracious hosts that you don't get in a commercial campground site.
Yeah.
So tell us about the farm. What kinds of things do you farm here? And maybe a little history about the family and the farm.
So we're the fourth generation, Mike and I. Our ancestors came over with the Willie Keel wagon train out of the Midwest. And if you don't know the story about Willie Keel, he dreamed of coming out west for years and years. And he was 14. He died just shortly before the wagon train was set to leave. And because he wanted to come out so badly, they put him in a lead-lined coffin filled with alcohol and brought him along for the ride.
And buried him about half a mile
Yeah.
down the road. Yeah.
Up on the hill.
Historical site down the road.
Willie's dad didn't like how much rain we get here. And so he went farther south to Oregon. But our ancestors, they stayed here. And then the Crawford side of the family married into a member of the wagon train family, the Geezy family. And so that's how it all began.
So you call the place the Chunky Squirrel
Yeah.
Farm.
We do.
Campground.
The campground.
Okay, the Chunky Squirrel. Why in the world the Chunky Squirrel?
Well, quite a few years ago,
Several years.
us and some other friends were on a road trip, but we ended up in
Hood River,
Hood River,
Oregon.
Hood River, Oregon. I don't know how to ski. And we ended up at the Hood River Ski Resort, whatever that is. And a buddy,
Somebody's bright idea was to go
somebody's
skiing.
bright idea was to go ski.
Sure, why not?
Nobody wanted to go with him. It was kind of sleet and hail.
It was not the
sideways.
conditions
It
for
was
skiing.
not a good
No.
ski day. And I'm like, well, hell, I'll go with you. I don't know how to ski, but I'll go with you. So Jamie, he takes me to the top of this mountain, and I didn't realize that, you know, it is solid ice. It is cliffs on both sides, and the run name was the Chunky Squirrel. And he was skiing down, and he made about 5 times. We stopped. I got about halfway down the hill, and he was on about his 3rd trip.
We just kept leaving Mike, and he'd go back up, and then he'd come back down, and Mike would be a little bit farther down the mountain.
I had a backpack, and we stopped, and we had a beer and a cigar halfway down the hill, and then he bailed on me again. I said, it's probably the last beer and cigar I'm ever going to have in my life, because this mountain is going to kill me. I finally made it to the bottom of the hill. I think I took my skis off part way and just started hiking down the hill because it was a death trap. I thought I was going to die. Anyway, after that, I don't know, the name Chunky Squirrel just kind of stuck with me, and we bought this. And for years, I was always like, I got to do something with the name Chunky Squirrel. It just stuck with me.
It did. He wanted to at one point he wanted to tattoo, and I don't know, at different times.
It was a life-altering event.
Yeah, it was one of those moments that changed him forever.
I thought I was gonna die.
And so that name just stuck with him, and it just stuck with him. And then we bought this place, and when we decided to share it with others, and we were thinking, well, what do we call this?
And we were for weeks. We were coming up with all these.
Oh, it's different.
Nobody could decide.
None of us could really pick anything, and then one of us would say something, and the others would be like, "Yeah, it doesn't really grab me." And then just one night we were sitting there, and I looked over at Mike and I said, "The Chunky Squirrel," and he goes, "Really?" And I said, "Let me message Debbie and see what she thinks." And I know she had never heard that story.
Never heard it.
So for her, she was probably thinking, well, I think we have chipmunks here. I don't actually think we have squirrels here. So
Getting all analytical and
she was
everything.
like, so I said, Deb, let's get together. I want to tell you a story about your brother. So once I told her the story, or once he told her the story, the animated version, she said, that's it. We've got to name this the Chunky Squirrel.
Nice.
It's just one of those names that kind of catches you too. You're just kind of like the
It does.
Chunky Squirrel. So Mike was able to.
So it has nothing to do with this property.
Yeah, it actually doesn't.
About the day I almost thought I was going to die on the Chunky Squirrel.
So,
And this place has about killed me too.
Between mowing and fallen trees and the briars and everything.
Fire.
Yeah.
The fire up the tree.
Yeah.
No, one little fire.
One little fire got away from us here. So yeah, so that's kind of the backstory as to where that came from. And,
That's a great story.
Yeah.
I love it. So not only come and enjoy the piece, but experience a near death.
right. Well, we hope our guests don't experience near death. But, if you want to hear a good story, Mike can come over and tell you. That's the origin.
Well, very memorable.
Yeah.
So that's great. So thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
So this area is full of activities,
It is.
and yet it's far enough away from the cities where you get the peace of the country, but close enough to anything that you ever need.
Really.
Today we needed to grab some groceries. That was just 6 miles up the road. And we filled up with gas there as well. And so just an ideal spot, well worth the short distance from 101
Yeah.
to have an experience that is just unique and that you don't get.
You don't see this very often.
No.
Get that.
I mean, look around.
Yeah.
us,
Look at your view.
right?
Yeah.
Debbie, you mentioned the beautiful sunsets, the beautiful sunrises. What a blessed place. So thanks so much for being part of the Curb and Turf family and opening your land to host guests. We hope that everybody takes the opportunity as you're traveling through the area, travel that Oregon coast up to the Washington National Parks, and as part of it, make sure to stop right here in Menlo, Washington, and
The Chunky Squirrel.
at the Chunky Squirrel, for sure. So once again, be sure to make your way on up to Menlo, Washington, and enjoy the Chunky Squirrel Farm. And so until next time, Nate, we'll see you on the road.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RV Cast. We hope you enjoyed hearing about our latest adventures on the road.
And don't forget, if you're itching to explore unique and interesting RV destinations, be sure to download the Curb and Turf app.
That's right, Curb and Turf, it's your go-to for finding those hidden gems off the beaten path. And hey, if you own property and you want to share your slice of paradise with fellow travelers, why not become a host yourself?
Absolutely. Just head over to curbandturf.com/start hosting to get started, or reach out to us for more information.
Yeah, and you don't want to miss a future episode, so be sure to subscribe to RVcast so that you never miss a beat.
Until next time, happy trails and safe travels.
We'll see you on the road.